Hey y'all, it's the SpotlightShanell Ya.
And we back with another video.
Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe. Today we're doing
Baked
spaghetti. Real easy. If you don't know how to make spaghetti, like we finna show you, but you should know how to do that already.
Exactly. This is the meal that you got $10 and you need to feed 10 people. Get you some of this.
Get you some spaghetti.
Well, not now $10 no more because
everything's so expensive. Like, oh my gosh, I bought a box of Slim Jims.
Oh.
It was $6.28.
Girl, you got 3 boxes of
Why? Anyways, because he always tell my business.
Girl, like, if you gonna say it, say the truth. Don't just say
I did tell them the truth.
that you said this.
I just say something the truth. That's not their business. Yeah, that's not their business. We're not in our chef outfits today, y'all, because our matching ones keep getting delayed. It was supposed to be here last week. Now they saying it's not gonna be here till April 30th. So you get what you get. It's just spaghetti. We're not gonna waste our cute outfits on spaghetti anyway. So today Rodrigo's gonna be getting a little bit more active. He's gonna be cutting up some veggies.
And we also gonna be talking about
childhood trauma. Ooh, that's a really big thing.
Get into some things.
That's gonna be the topic of today. While Rodrigo is over here, I don't know why I got 2 cutting boards. I am going to start on the meat in the back. And Rodrigo, we gonna start with you.
Me? Why me? You the one with the interesting topic. Okay, we can start with me.
Okay, I wanted to talk about childhood trauma because I feel like it's something that like the black community don't talk about enough. And it's very common. A lot of people have childhood trauma and it affects our adult life and how we think. And nobody wants to talk about that. So give us.
Everybody just want to cope with alcohol and weed. That's all. Everybody just want to cope with it, but nobody want to get through it.
Exactly.
So it'll be good something. That'll be good to talk about.
Okay, while he doing that, I guess I'll start. I honestly didn't even realize that I had childhood trauma for real until like I'm in the adult world. And the way that things register to certain people, it wasn't like registering to me. Or the things that was normal for other people, it wasn't normal for me. Like, I don't really, like when I be seeing people close, like super close with their parents, like their parents are their best friend and they don't know what they would do without their parents. When I see stuff like that, like Rodrigo's like that kind of like with his mom, you think? He's like that with his mom. Like Rodrigo talks to his mom every single day. I probably talk to my mom like once a month, like twice a month or something like that. Or like I'm just not as close with my parents. Like I don't talk to my father at all. And I'm just not like close with my mom because I feel like I've been on my own since I was like 15, 16 years old. Like when I first started working, I've been on my own. I've been doing for myself. I've been like, when I started working, I started paying bills at like 15, 16 years old. So it's like, I was like doing my own thing. And then it's like, I feel like a lot of the things that bothered me once I became an adult and I'm realizing like, okay, this is not normal. This is not okay. Like, and you try to talk to your parents about it, they don't be wanting to hear that. Especially in the black household, they be like, girl, please. Like,
exactly. Especially when you tell them you're going through depression.
Yeah, depression.
You ain't going through no damn depression.
Depress them damn dishes. Like, they don't be thinking that's the real thing, and it is.
But you can't blame our parents because our parents, they were just like us. They was like, they didn't plan to have us. We just happened, and then they had to like live to find out, like live to learn.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they had to like go through some stuff. That is true. Like I feel like they really did learn as they go. You know, when you do talk to your parents about it, they be like, I did the best that I could.
Exactly.
They did the best that they could, but it's just we're just talking about our generation now and how it affects us. Like, you know, now
we can break that curse when we have our kids. Cause now
exactly, because now we know.
Exactly.
That's what, like, when I become a mom, y'all, that's what I be so focused on. Like, I'll be praying for God now to make me, like, give me the qualities of being an amazing parent. Like, help me to be more understanding, help me to listen more. Cause it's like our parents just don't be giving a damn. They don't be trying to understand because they be feeling like they said, I did the best that I could. So it's like, okay, bitch, now what you want me to do?
And then now that you're grown, it's like, bitch, you grown. Figure that out.
Exactly. Yeah. They like, you know, and then I had to go to therapy. Therapy helps y'all. Sometimes y'all need to get that out of y'all and talk about it. A lot of people that one of the things that I notice with people who have childhood trauma. And it don't even have to be like your parents treated you bad. Like your parents were probably just poor and they couldn't do for you. So growing up, that affected you. So now like you have to be a workaholic. Like you feel like you have to work because you're traumatized from being broke before. So that's not a mindset that you have. Or it's like everything plays a part. Anything that happened to you as a child plays a part as an adult. And I feel like that stuff needs to be talked about. Don't let it just sit in your spirit and be like, well, this happened to me, so I'm just going to be this way forever. Like, people don't be wanting to change. People don't be wanting to break that cycle, and then you passing it on to your kids, and then your kids going to pass it on to their kids, and then their kids going to pass it on, and it's going to be a never-ending cycle.
And you just going to wake up miserable, because that's all you're going to be thinking
about. You're just going to be miserable. Like, you have to get that trauma up out of you. You need to talk to somebody. You need to heal yourself. Also, you need to heal yourself before you, like, date, and you recreate with other people, because now you're just trauma dumping on other people because you don't have your shit together. You don't want to help yourself. You don't want to get better. You don't want to fix what's wrong with inside of you. And just go to therapy. Like, it's not a bad thing. Going to therapy don't make you crazy. I feel like that's another thing. People be feeling like, oh, if I go to therapy, I don't think I'm crazy or whatever. It's like, go talk to somebody.
No, for real.
What do you feel like traumatized you growing up?
What really traumatized me when I grew up, it's just, it was just the are you gay question. Mm-hmm. Like, every time I go somewhere, somebody be like, I got a question. And I really be like, okay, I already know what it is. What? Mm-hmm. But I used to be like, what it is. And they be like, are you gay? Mm-hmm. But it's like, damn, like, I was just like 6-year-old, 7-year-old. I didn't even know what sexuality was. Like, it wasn't my fault that I had to, like, grow up like that.
Right.
So that was just, like, most traumatizing for me, like, you know, you can't blame the kids for acting like a girl because they only around women. Like, it's not the kids' fault. Like, and then one day you don't never know if you're gonna have kids, and then if your kids come out like that, like, then what you gonna say then? Because I feel like, you know, people be like, oh, you know, well, homophobic people be like, oh, you know, being gay is a choice. It's not a choice. I don't feel like it's a choice. I feel like we grew up like that. Like,
that's just what I like. Like, I can't help what I like.
I can't help what I like. And I can't help that I act this way because I've been around girls all my life. Like, that's all I know. Like, you know, my daddy, he wasn't in my life like that. Like, my daddy, he was in my life when I was little. He went to prison when I was 7, 8. He didn't come out till I was 12. Then when I was 12, they deported him to the Dominican Republic, so I ain't seen him till I was like 21. So, you do the math. You do the math. My granddaddy was different, but my granddaddy wasn't like my dad. Like, my granddaddy was old already. He could teach me what my daddy could teach me or like be around. Like, my granddaddy was just in the house all day. And I was around my granddaddy, I was around my grandma. So I'm more closer to my grandma than I am to my granddaddy. So that's how, like, I don't like when people, like, adults, and it be grown adults. Like, when I used to go to my cousin used to have a restaurant, and I would go to the restaurant, and, you know, I used to be there, you know, chilling, whatever, and then there'll be grown men coming in, asking my cousin, is he gay? In my head, I'm like, what they gotta do with you? Like, what they gotta do? Exactly, like, why are you worried? Like, grown-ass man, like, is he gay? Like, I used to just look like, I used to just stay quiet and then, like, don't let it try to bother me. Mm-hmm. And that's the good thing about me, like, I never let that bother me. Like, you know, people be going through suicidal moments and stuff like that. I never let, because I'm like that. Or, you know, there's sometimes I try to act like a boy, but when I act like a boy, it wasn't even coming out right. So I'm like, you know what? Why the boy just be yourself? And I always get the message of, I always got the message, like, all my life, like, it was through people. They always be like, always be yourself. Don't change for nobody. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. And my daddy always told me that too. Because my daddy said he knew since I was little. Because he used to always tell me, go play with the boys. I never wanted to play with the boys. I was always playing with the girls and want to twerk and do the crybaby and stuff like that. So he said he knew since I was little. What would you like to change, like, for your future? Like, what would you do different that didn't happen to you when you was growing up?
What you mean?
Like, when you have kids. Like, what would you do different?
When
so
I
they
have
won't
kids?
have, like, yeah, so they won't have to go through child trauma. Yeah.
So my mom was the kind of person like, and I don't feel like she did it on purpose, but she was like, it's like, okay, in a black household as a girl, like I felt like growing up in my household, I feel like I was always like the one that was like, any little thing I did is the ultimate punishment. Like, so I had to be, I feel like I always felt like I was walking on eggshells. That's like, you know, that's how I felt growing up. And I feel like anytime I made a mistake, it was just like, black moms would throw stuff back in your face without realizing that they're throwing it in your face, and they make you scared to like make another mistake. So I feel like I would be more like understanding, and like it's like being a teenage girl, like you're gonna go through different things, and I don't feel like I lived in a household where it was comfortable for me to go and tell.
You need more onions?
Huh?
You need more onions?
I didn't feel comfortable like going to tell my mom like, okay, I'm interested in having sex, or I've been dating this boy for X amount of time, and like, you know, I'm curious about this, I'm curious about that. Because as soon as you tell a black mom something, like they already strict. So then after that, it just becomes 10 times more worse. Like it was you. It just becomes like, because my mom had a tracker on my phone, so it was already like I'm already on a short thread, and I wasn't even a hot in the ass girl. Like I was really into my books for real. But
that's like damn, like
everything make you hot in the ass. Like it's like I'm a girl, I'm a teenage girl. Like what do you expect me to do? Like, and then I can't talk to you about it. I don't have my father in my life, so I can't go talk to my father. So it's like I have no choice but to figure it out on my own. Like and then as soon as you go tell something to your mom, and then you get in trouble, that's gonna be the first thing you throw in your face. You go tell your mom, oh, I like this boy, I'm interested in dating. Oh, okay, da da da. Okay, we want to meet him, blah blah blah. Then as soon as you get in trouble, yeah, you can't focus on that homework because you focus on them boys. You can't wash the dishes because you focus on them boys. You can't pass that math class because you focus on them boys. No, I can't pass my math class. I'm a tutor. I don't understand this shit. I don't know what's going on. It don't got nothing to do with the boys. So it just be like, damn, I can't tell you shit. So that's like another thing, like, you know, don't be so like, I want my kids, especially my daughter, to be able to come like and talk to me, like be comfortable with telling me certain things, and like making my household welcoming for my child for as long as possible, because I left home 15, 16 years old. Like I'm young, trying to figure shit out, like, so
that's what I'm saying. Like it was like I don't feel like, I feel like my mama, my mom was a good mom, but she was like, she could have handled us. Like me and my sister, we was the opposite from Kiel. Like your mom would have able to handle us. Like me and my sister, like my
mama would have. You ever been on the side of a milk?
My mama used to beat us every day, and we still go back to doing the same thing. Like I was hard headed. And then you know when I was little, I'm like, it's abuse. When I got older and I thought about it, I'm like, bitch, that's not abuse. You was the bad one. Yeah. You the one that caused all that bullshit. It was your ass. But
I feel like I used to get my ass come up and I didn't even do shit.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So imagine if me and my sister would have had your mama, like your mama would have fun with us. So then I got to the point like when mama was hitting me, I just stay there like this. And she just gave up. She was like, ain't no point, what can I do? And we used to get phone calls home every week. Every week we used to get suspended, we used to get phone calls home. And that was me and my middle sister. My older sister, she only got a phone call home one time.
I ain't never got no referrals. I ain't never been suspended. I done went to CSI one time.
Can't relate. They told me them referrals finna follow me all my life. Bitch, please.
They sure did.
They never follow you all your life. I thought they followed you your whole life. Lying assholes. Y'all lied to me. Talking about you finna have a rude awakening when you get older. I used to love saying that. Girl, bye.
I never got in trouble. I feel like I was a good kid, but like I hated life growing up. Like I feel like that's why I said I'm gonna be probably childish until I'm 30 because I never really got the chance to really be a kid for real. Like I said, I was on my own young. Like I'm working at McDonald's. McDonald's was my first job. I'm paying my phone bill with my McDonald's check. Like I've been doing my own hair since I was young. I've been doing my own nails because I'm trying to save as much money as I can. So I'm like, instead of me paying somebody to go do this, I'm gonna learn how to do it on my own. That's how I know how to do my own hair now. That's how, because a lot of people be asking me like, oh, how did you learn how to install wigs? Baby, I've been doing hair since I was 15. Period. 16 years old. So anything like cooking, doing my nails, hair, lashes, anything that I can do on my own to save a bag, like I've been doing this since I was young. So that's how I know like how to save money good. I know how to, like I was taught all that stuff when I was young. So I don't regret my childhood. I wish it was a little bit more pleasant, but I don't regret it because it taught me everything that I need to know. I feel like that's why I'm so strong. Cause I learned everything when I was young. Like I ain't have to, like when I became an adult and obstacles started coming at me, I'm like, okay, I done already been through this. I went through this when I was 17. I went through this when I was 15. So it's just like, okay, I'm already prepared. Like I know how to handle this. I know that God gonna get me through this. So it's just like I probably won't hit my kids either. Like I don't think I'm gonna hit. I might pop them.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna hit. I can't.
But I don't think I'm gonna hit my kids.
Yeah, because I don't like when people like hit kids. Like maybe a little pop, like on the head. Don't do that. But like how people be hitting their kids, like hold on, like what is you doing? Like don't hit your kid in front of me, cause I don't
like that. Like don't yell.
That's my child.
Exactly. So get out, get away from me.
I'm sorry. I just do right. I'm on my business. That is your child.
It's just like when I see people like just being mean to kids for being kids, that shit like bothers my spirit. I don't know, and it might be like that childhood trauma coming back. Like 'cause I felt like for any little thing, bitch, I was. So when I see people doing that to their kids, I'll be like, don't do that around me. I don't feel like I'm gonna be a soft parent because I don't want no soft ass kids. I want them to still be. I want them to still be prepared for the real world.
Exactly. Like if somebody bully you, like, hey, go defend yourself. Like, defend yourself. I want my kid to be. Well, my kid not gonna be quiet because I wasn't never quiet. And if my kid come out like me, then it's damn. But if the kid come out like the daddy, then it got the possibility of being. Let me stop. I'm gonna like the daddy.
Like Andre.
Exactly. Like they come out like Andre. Andre is quiet. Like Andre real quiet. But he wasn't good in school though.
You said he wasn't good in school?
No, he was bad in school. He got kicked out of school.
For real?
He got kicked out of elementary. Exactly. Andre.
I can't see
I
that.
got kicked out of elementary school.
My mama did not play that. My mama came out to my school and showed her ass once. And my mom was the type of parent, she was looking for a reason to show her ass. She was looking for a reason, like, cause she couldn't wait to get on the phone and call and tell everybody what she did. So she couldn't wait to show out. I forced my mom a signature on a field trip paper one time. And the thing is, y'all, like growing up, I was so scared of my mom. Like I would forget to give her a field trip form, and then it's the day of that you got to turn them in. And I'm like, oh, you know better than to go wake your black mama up in the morning to tell her to sign something. She gonna cuss your ass out. And my mom used to be extra. Mom used to be like, okay, never mind. So
my mom used to give that good.
Mom, you watching this No Tea No Shade. But she used to be extra, bro. She used to be extra. So I'm like, okay, oh my gosh. So my stupid ass gonna try to forge her signature. Looking back on it now, it's like it was very obvious that I did it. But back then, I feel like I ate.
Did she ate that signature?
I feel like I ate that signature up. And my sister didn't even tell me that she was calling my mama. I'm just sitting there chilling, laughing with my friends at my table. I hear a knock at the door, and I don't even turn around and look, like, cause people coming in and out the classroom all the time. So I just hear everybody say, "Ooh, Kiara, that's your mom?" I turn around, mom like this. I said, "Oh Lord." And then my teacher, she's like, Kiara, can you come up here for a second?
Teacher green as hell, cause that
she didn't call me.
You could have spoke to me about that.
Exactly.
I could have told you the truth about it. You ain't had to call my mama.
Like, you don't know what's gonna happen to
Exactly.
you.
That teacher's the messiest people on earth. Like, you a teacher, you messy. I don't care if you're messy.
Like, girl, so she's like, oh, you know, because she had called my mom at first and told her, like, hey, you know, care about a field trip for him, and it obviously not your signature, blah, whatever. So, my teacher was that, I'll never forget it. Beat back ass Miss Gonzalez. I'll never forget you. Like, you was real nasty. So, yeah, my mom came out to school. Of course, she did the most. She wanted to jack me up in front of everybody. They should have called DCF.
No, I didn't say they would have called DCF.
No, for real. Any little thing now they call DCF.
Exactly.
But no, my mom was extra. She only jacked me up, but she called everybody and told them that she slapped in front of everybody. Like, girl, you be in jail right now.
Girl.
But no, she told everybody she slapped the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the room listening to the stories. I'm like, she be lying.
I would have said, y'all lying. Now come slap me.
Oh my gosh! I can get it. Like, when you become a parent, like, stuff like that do be annoying. Like, didn't give me the physical phone, but it's like, I'm a kid. Like, don't cuss me the for that. Like, goddamn. Like,
my mama used to cuss us out too, because I used to give it to her, because she used to take us to school in the morning. So she used to wake up and I used to give it to her while we riding in the car. She's like, why you give me that last night? Girl, I forgot. I just remembered.
that's what I'm saying. And then like, because you be on that goddamn phone. You was on that phone all night. You was on this. You ain't doing that. That's why. Girl, I got a track phone. I can't do shit. I don't even play the snake. Yeah, shit, I can do on that.
You know what, man? They did have the snake game. I used to love that fucking game. And that Nokia.
All I can play, like, bro, what the fuck about?
Glad, like, I'm 26 and I still don't have kids, so when I do have kids, I want it to be like, my kids ain't gotta worry about nothing. I want my kids to live in my house
For as long
as they need to, but you gotta go to school or you gotta go to work. You gotta do something.
exactly.
Because you're not gonna just lay around in my house all day doing nothing. You gotta go to school, you gotta go to work. You don't gotta pay bills or nothing, but basically you gotta go to school, you gotta go to work, and by the time you leave, you better have 25 to 50,000 saved in that account. And then you can leave.
Because you're gonna be here, you ain't paying no bills.
Exactly. So you better have money. You ain't gonna be going out on a trip and living in my house unless you're booking 2 flights.
No.
Then we could go. Then we could go. But I'm gonna be a cool ass daddy. I feel like.
I feel like I'm gonna be a cool mom. Like, my kids gonna know not to play with me.
Yeah, but they
gonna
gonna
know
play
for
with
sure. But I'm gonna be like best friends, especially with my daughter, because I just feel like me and my mom have a really good relationship now. But I just really wish that I
growing up.
Yeah, growing up that we was when I see other people relationship with their parents, especially with their dads, like, cause I always wanted to be like a daddy's girl.
But my daddy hit me more than my mama. Like my daddy, cause my daddy wasn't there like that, and then it's like it was over through a phone, and it was like when I used to go out, like that's what when I was little, I did go through depression when my daddy wasn't when my daddy went to the thing, cause it was like I'll go out and then I'll see kids with their daddy, and then their daddy all loving them, and I'm like, damn, like I never had that with my daddy, like. I barely remember what happened with my dad. The only time I remember what happened with my daddy, like my daddy, when I used to come outside with no shoes on, my daddy used to step on my feet. Like, go put on some shoes, stop coming outside with no shoes on. Or when I used to ride the bike, and instead of using the brakes, I used to stop with my feet, like with my shoes, and I mess up my shoes, then he'll get mad, and he'll be like, hey, buy you nothing else. And then when he used to come drunk home, it's more bad, like I got more bad memories than good memories with my daddy. Like I got good memories with my daddy when I went to the Dominican Republic than now when I got older.
You know, they say more traumatic stuff stick with you, like your brain, like traumatic stuff, like clogs your memory.
Yeah,
and that's when you remember that stuff the most rather than the
cause it's like my daddy was a good daddy. Like I ain't gonna lie, my daddy was a good daddy. Like we used to go to the mall and stuff, but it's like I don't know. I just remember more of the bad than the good. But it's like, I love my daddy. I talk to my daddy. I can call my daddy right now for anything. Like, he'll like, yeah. But it's just not that close a relationship. Like, when I went to the Dominican Republic, he was like, Rodrigo, like, he asked me, he was like, why are you not as close to me, like, as you're closer to your stepmom? But it was just like, I was shy being around him. I feel like he's like he loves me. Like, he accepts me for who I am. Like, I can be myself. But it wasn't just comfortable. And then, like, my grandma was telling my sister the other day, like, when I was little, I used to be terrified of my daddy. Like, I used to be terrified. I used to be so scared of my daddy. Every time my daddy come around, like, I run to my mama. Like, that's how scared I was of my daddy. But I used to be scared like that because when he used to come home drunk, all he did was DV on my mama. Like, it was just, he'll come and be my mama. So it's just like, I remember my mama having no nails, had to put stuff on her thing, and I'm over there watching like, what are you doing? What's that? And she used to explain to me, and then I remember my mama crying and stuff. Like, I just remember bad memories, because I used to always sleep with my mama. So when he used to come home, I'd be like, it's either he'll come home drunk, start stuff, I wake up, because he starts up with my mama, like, be right next to my mama. Or he'll try to like carry me to my bed, and then I'll act like I'm asleep, but I'm not really asleep. Like, I wasn't really fully asleep. So then I'll hear all the commotion, then I'll get up and run to my mama, because I'm like, oh my God, this is happening again. So I'll just get up and run to my mama. So, yeah, that sounds like them. But it's like, that really touched, like, about when I see other people with their dad. I'm like, dang, like, if my daddy was here, I feel like things would go different. But I feel like God had planned for everything. Like, you know, everything happened for a reason. Like, who knows? And I'm glad my daddy's still alive. Like, I'm still older than my daddy's still alive, and we could change the future and not stay in the past.
Cut up the onions. I sauteed them in olive oil, and then I added the meat, and I let it brown. And now I'm just gonna season it with some adobo, oregano, a little bit of cayenne pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of complete seasoning, and some Tony's Creole seasoning. See, your situation is different because I didn't meet my dad until I was 19. See, this is kind of like a tricky story. So, basically, growing up, I thought somebody else was my father. Like, until I was 19 years old. And then, when I was 19 years old, somebody kind of like just slipped up and told me. Because I was like, damn, I wish I had like I wish I had a different dad. Like, I wish I had like an actual father.
It's somebody that tell a bitch you do.
Somebody was, exactly. Somebody was like, girl, you know that black gorilla not your daddy? I said, what? What are you talking about? And I was like, tell Kira that ain't her daddy. And I'm like, what is, y'all, I had no clue. I had no clue in the world. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? And then everybody started coming. Right, that ain't her daddy. Oh, I ain't getting into this. Right, that ain't her daddy. Oh, who done told this girl?
That's some scary. No, I ain't even gonna. That's some movie scary ass shit. Like, you know, like, imagine you sitting in a room so scary. Cause like, imagine you sitting in the middle of a couch and everybody around you know the tea except for you.
Exactly. Everybody knew.
You know what it feel like? What's that movie? That Tyler Perry movie? Where Bow Wow and they know Bow Wow.
Oh yeah, yes,
You mean that's not my mama?
Y'all, my life is literally a movie for real. Like,
nah, that would have. Oh no,
it's literally a movie. And I had already been going through shit at that time. Like, me and my mom wasn't on talking terms at that time for like 2 years. Like, our relationship was really bad at one point in time. We wasn't on speaking terms at all. And then I found out while me and her wasn't speaking. So I couldn't even call her for answers because our relationship was that bad. Like, our relationship was really, really, really bad. I thought I would never speak to my mom again in life. So it's like, I was already going through shit, like a really tough time with trying to like figure life out. I'm 19 years old, I'm trying to go to college, but I couldn't go to college straight out. I graduated high school when I was 17 years old. And like I said, I was already on my own from by like 15, 16. Well, I was like paying my own bills and stuff. Like, I was still living under my mom's roof, but I was paying for all my own stuff. Like, my mom was like, no, use your own money. You got money, like, you buy your own food, buy your own stuff. It was like that. So, like, all my hair, clothes, all of that shit, like, I was doing that for myself. And I'm thinking I'm a kid, so I'm thinking like, okay, maybe that's what everybody parents, you know, that's probably, I don't know, all I know is my household. So, I don't know that, I ain't thinking much of it, but as an adult, I'm like, damn, bitch, you was really a kid trying to figure shit out. And then, like I said, we wasn't speaking. We wasn't speaking at the time. So when they slipped up and told me about the situation with my dad, I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, I just couldn't believe it. I just knew, because life was already fucked up. It couldn't get no worse, but it did. It did get worse. And I was just like, oh, wow. Okay. Then I found, like, and then it's not like my dad was in another state. He wasn't on the street. He wasn't in prison. That nigga was down the street. Like,
damn.
it was just a matter of she she knows now. Tell them to call us. I said, y'all know him?
19 motherfucking years. 19 years.
Y'all, that shit, like, if y'all want like the full story time on that, put it in the comments below and I'll tell y'all the full story. Like, that shit. No, it's like the word word. That was a crazy night. Like, I just remember like everybody calling me like, damn, so you know now? You knew too? Nigga, I ain't even talked to you in how long?
No, for real.
Like, what the fuck? But again, like all of that stuff is like, it just made me who I am today. It just like, I be feeling like there's nothing that can happen to me that is gonna have me in a frenzy. Like I've been through everything. Like I've literally been through everything. So it's like, it is what it is. But it did play a part of me. It did take a toll on me later on in life because I'm just like I said, growing up, I thought it was normal because all I know is my household and like the stuff that I went through. But I left. I wasn't even staying at home by the time I was at 17. I was no longer staying at home. Like I had left home for good. 16 or I was 16. I left home for good. I left home at 15, but then legally they was like I have to go back because I'm still a child. I'm still a minor. Then I left again at 16, and at 16 they don't give a fuck. DCF don't give a fuck. The courts they don't give a fuck. They're like she's 16. She basically grown. We got bigger fish to fry. So it was like okay, whatever. Let her stay on, and I wasn't worried about trauma at that time. To me, I'm not traumatized. I'm just trying to figure life out. But as I got older and I'm realizing like certain things tick me off or certain things scare me or certain things make me emotional. Like I'm a real emotional person, y'all. Like I cry for everything. Like I literally cry. I'm a crier. Like, and it'd be like for any little thing. It mostly be like when I'm drunk for real, I feel like.
For real. I can't even cry. I be trying to cry like it be like, dang. Like if I cry it's because something really, really wrong. Like something really wrong. And then I can't hold it in anymore. It just comes out. But sometimes I just be want to cry like on cue, like cry.
No, I'm a crier. Like I feel like that'd be my way to get things out because I didn't have nobody to talk to really when I was young. So when I need to like let something out, I cry about it and I feel better instantly and I be feeling like I'm good. Like you just gotta cry about it sometimes. I feel like
True, I mean I gotta build it,
yeah.
Boom.
I don't do that no more. That's what I learned in therapy. So once I became an adult, I'm like, okay, something is wrong. You need to go like talk to somebody. And I started going to therapy. And my therapist was pretty much like I had to just talk about it. Like you have to talk about it. Like the stuff that y'all go through, the things that you went through, the things that's wrong with you, if you cannot explain it, if you don't know what's going on within you, if there's an issue that you don't know that unresolved issue within yourself, you need to go to therapy. You need to talk to somebody because holding it in is not going to get you nowhere. You're gonna continue a cycle. And it's like, don't we want to be better for our children? Don't we want to be better for the next generation? Don't we want to be better? You know what I'm saying? Don't we want to make them better? It starts within you. It's like, fix yourselves, heal yourselves. Seriously, like, it's a big thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And I'm still not perfect. I probably need to go back, but I did a few sessions, but them shit's expensive.
No, for real. I need to go to therapy because like there's some things, and then it's like now is a whole lot of nostalgia coming back. Like a whole bunch of like
Nostalgia.
Yeah. What else there?
Nostalgia.
That's a name? That is the name, nostalgia. Nostalgia. Like, it's just a whole lot of stuff from my childhood coming back, and it's like, dang, and then it's like, it'll bring out, but then actually I'm trying to think of the bad side. I'm trying to think of the positive out of it, because, you know, you can't change the past. And you can't dwell on the past too much, because that's what's going to determine your future. And you don't want to depend on the negative stuff.
But the reason people dwell is because they got to get it out.
Yeah, they gotta get that. That's why you gotta get through it. Go to therapy. That's why I gotta go to therapy and talk about it so I can get it out of my head and know what was right, what was wrong. So when I have kids, I can be a good parent. Not saying that my parents was a good parent. They was a good parent, but I feel like my parents was young. I feel like my parents was ready.
Yeah, all of our parents was young.
Exactly. Like, it wasn't ready. It just didn't happen.
My mom was young. My mom was 22 with 3 kids.
My mama too. My mama was 21 with 3 kids. My mama had 19, 20, 21. We back to back. Just hot in the ass, watching no TV. back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. Like, hell, my daddy better be a horse.
But one thing that I am super grateful for, like, you know, I didn't have like the best circumstances at home, but I did still, like, I never had a father figure, but I'm so grateful for my grandfather. Like, my grandfather and my uncles taught me everything about like how to carry yourself as a woman, how to like make sure you're respecting yourself at all times. How to, because you know, a lot of people be saying like, oh, they can't date a girl who didn't have a father because, or they can't, or girls who didn't have their father are always grow up a certain way. Like, I grew up, I didn't have a father, but I grew up, bitch, I was never in the streets. I was never like promiscuous. I think I was always focused on like wanting a better life for myself. So I was very like into books, and I really wanted to go to college straight out of high school, like get the fuck away from Miami. I left Miami, I never went back. As soon as I got into college, like I got my issues figured out and I went off to college, I never went back home. I always just wanted to like be better. Like, I felt like I was always working. I'm working 2 jobs, taking 6 classes at one time. Like, I didn't even really have time for boys for real.
And then that's good about like how her uncle did that, because my family, it wasn't like that. My family will be like, that's not my child, like, and then they'll judge you. They'll go behind your back and tell, oh, instead of like trying to fix you, they'll go talk to somebody else about you. So it was just like, the fuck, instead of you trying to fix it, like, why is you talking about me? That's why, you know.
But everybody got those family members too. Those family members who think they better than everybody, and they just sit around and they talk about people throwing rocks when they live in glass houses as well. Everybody got those family members, but I just thank God that my auntie and my uncles were like interested in helping. Like, for a long time, like the stuff that I was going through as a child, nobody knew. And when they found out, everybody was lending a helping hand. Everybody was like, okay, what do you need? Like, what do you need? What do you need? Like, my senior year in high school, I wasn't even staying with family. I was with a family friend. Like, because I just felt like it was easier on my mental health, because I just needed to be away from family so that, you know what I'm saying, I didn't want to, I felt like I was being judged. Like, I felt like, you know, people was looking at me as a charity case. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get the fuck away from here. So, but my family was like, for my senior prom, they all came together and pitched in and made sure that I, you know, still was able to go to prom. Because like I said, I was on my own, so it was hard for me to try to, I came up with most of the money. Like, I got my hair done and shit like that, but my dress, I couldn't afford a dress. So my aunties came together and got my dress. And, you know, shit like that. Like, they all helped out. Like, everybody helped out in some type of way. So I'm just grateful that I still had like during that time period where me and my mom wasn't on good terms, I'm just grateful that I still had that support system. Because I really don't know where I would be without my, and then my auntie and my uncle, they're my mom's siblings. They was like, they've always been there. Like, they've always, I need something, they be right there. So I'm glad I had that support system. A support system is really important. If you're going through like something by yourself, then, you know, it's probably a little bit harder for you. But you always got God. But always like find somebody to reach out to, find somebody to talk to, like somebody that you trust. And you can't trust everybody too, because that's another thing. People will know what you're going through and throw that shit in your face. Y'all, when I was going through my shit, and I was going through like all my obstacles and stuff as a kid, and I'm like feeling like, okay, I could trust this person, I could trust that person. Them people were so nasty to me. They were so nasty, and they nasty and so rude. It's like they knew that I was in a fucked up position, so it's like
they just throw it in your face.
Yeah, they'll throw it in your face, or they'll use your situation and throw it in your face, or use your situation to be nasty towards you, like, oh bitch, get out my house, or oh bitch, you need me, basically. And it's just like,
yeah.
That's why I always try to be like. That's why I always try to be like a helping hand, and like if somebody needs something, I feel like that's another reason why I am how I am as an adult when it comes to like giving, because I know when I was in a fucked up situation, I couldn't call nobody for help. So that's why I'm like, okay, if I have it, like I'ma give it, or and you'll never hear about it again. Or if we go through something, like you'll never hear about it again. I try not to like bring stuff up, even if I'm bringing it up as a reference to something. Like I just try not to bring it up because when that shit was done to me, that shit, it make you not trust people too. So that's another thing. Trusting people is really hard.
Yeah. And my daddy always told me, don't trust nobody. My daddy used to always say, don't tell none of your friends, you know, your dad is in prison because they're going to laugh at you. Bitch, I go to school. My daddy in prison.
You can't hold one of it if it was frozen, bitch.
Exactly. And when my daddy in jail. Because I used to never say, my daddy in jail. I mean, you don't tell your friend, no, I ain't tell them. They gonna bully nobody. You know who the fuck I am? Yeah, I'ma laugh with them. Shit, that's his ass.
You're a sicko.
Yeah. But I was always like a class clown, like. So nothing ever bothered me, like, it never bothered me.
How do you feel like, when do you feel like you was finally able to come out about being gay? And it like...
When I finally came out, it was,
like, what helped you to come out and not care about what people think?
my cousin. Cause like, I wasn't, at that time, my family always accused me. Like there was this one time my cousin got in a fight. And one of the little boys, he wanted to fight me, whatever. So the next day, my grown cousins went to the girl house and whatever. They was trying to talk it out, whatever, because they used to live like around the block. And that fight was a big fight. Like, it was a big fight, like a big fight. So when they went to the people's house, one of my cousins come up to me and talk about, so why the little boy saying that you like him and that you told him that you want to be with him, like making up a whole bunch of lies. And I'm like, what? Me? Never. Like, what? What are you talking about? I wasn't even like into boys there. Like, I was what? 8 years old, 9 years old. I wasn't even into boys. And then they made, like, two of my cousins made up a whole lie saying that happened, and the little boy was saying that I wanted to be with him, and I was trying to holler at him, and this, that, and the third. I'm like, what? I didn't even know what. I can't even say what I want to say. I didn't even know what that was, though. Y'all know what I mean. I didn't even know what that was. Like,
they wanted you to come out when they wanted you to
yeah, they wanted me to come out when they wanted me to come out. But it's like, damn, like, why can't you just accept me for who I am? Like, I probably could have been feminine and still would have been with a girl. And I feel like if my family didn't traumatize me. Because, like, my family was the one that traumatized me. Like, oh, you a girl, so you act like a girl, so you gay. That's not all the case, because when you see white folks act like a girl, you see them, honey, and you think it's a man turning around, it's a whole female turning around. We was just at Walmart, and the man was like, what did you say, babe? I said, you can get a girl, and I can too. He act like a hoe.
They don't give you a chance to try to feel yourself out.
Yeah, I try to feel myself out and stuff like that. So it was just like, okay, I got to the point where it's like, okay, if you gonna say that I'm gay, well then I'm gay. Like, it's to the point where my cousin would be like, you know, just don't give a fuck what nobody say. Don't give a fuck what nobody think. If that's you, we still gonna love you. We still gonna, you don't care what nobody gotta say. So it got to the point where that's when I met my man. And I was just, my cousins went through my phone and they seen that I was gay. So then after that, after the whole crew found out that I was gay, the crew that used to hang out, I was like, I don't care. So then I started feeling bad because I'm like, damn, everybody know it's gonna go around. Because my family was the one like, oh, I'm gonna tell you this, but don't tell nobody. But then they'll tell. You'll go around, everybody know your secret, and you think only one person knew, but everybody know. That's how my family is. So I was like, dang, this is gonna go around, and my mama's not gonna know, and that's the only person that I really should care about. So then one day I was just sitting at the computer crying, just crying. My little sister, me and my little sister was best friends. So my little sister was like, Lilo, why you crying? And then I really wanted attention. That's what I was crying, because I wanted to tell my mom. Like, I felt bad that I didn't know how to tell my mom. So I just like, you know, just start crying. So I just crying. So then I'm like, tell mommy. So then I tell my little sister, tell mommy that I'm crying. My little sister go tell my mama, Lilo crying. And she's like, why are you crying? So then my grandma came up to me, my mom came up to me, like, why are you crying? Because I was just sitting on the computer top, just crying. And she's like, why are you crying? So then she came up, so then I told her, well, no, I called my sister, because my sister was living with my grandma. So my sister was in college. And she was living with my grandma. So I called my sister and I tell her, and then she like, why Rodrigo keep crying to that? So then my sister tell her, my big sister tell her, and she was like, that's why you crying? So what? And then she started crying, because I was crying, because my mom was crybaby. So she started crying because I was crying, and then
What your sister said? He gay?
that he like boys.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you told your sister you was crying because you like boys, and then he.
My sister already knew.
Oh.
Yeah, my sister already knew. But it was just a matter of fact of me telling my mom. But I felt bad because everybody knew except my mom.
Oh.
So it was just like, not everybody, but most people knew. So I feel like since my cousin already went through my phones and they already found out, they already talked about it in the group chat, the only person that I really should care about is my mom. So after I told my mom, my grandma, my other grandma, my granddaddy, and my daddy, after that, I just didn't care. I was out. Like, I was out. It was me, like. And then I was with Andre the whole time. Andre is the only boy I really brought. Every other boy that I brought, it was just a friend around my family, and everybody knew that. Like, the only boyfriend that I come as a boyfriend, it was only Andre. So, which that was like around what? I was like 16. Oh. So after that, I was just like, I don't care. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Yep, I am. And so what? What you wanted? So then after that, when they'll ask am I gay, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gay. Why you asking? Oh, just asking.
Like, why?
Exactly. Like, grown ass man. So it's like, now I'm 16. I'm drunk. Oh, he gay? Yep, I am. What's the problem? Oh, I was just asking, why you asking? Like, what they got to do with anything? Like, you a grown ass man, worry about what I like. Like, what they got to do? And then everybody always tell me, like, I like it because you're not disrespectful. Like, all my cousins, boyfriends could tell you, like, they'll be like, I could, like, around my cousins, like, that's why I'm so comfortable with myself. Cause around like straight men, I can say any comment and they'll just laugh like, you stupid as fuck. But then they always say like, you never disrespected me or never tried. Like, we could be in a room alone sitting on the couch, and you know how other gays are. Like, other gays, they can sit in the same room with another gay, with another straight man, and you know, not try to do something. So it was like, I was never that type. So I never disrespected other people. So they always be like, oh, like no, he good. Like, even some like, they friends would be like, hell no, I ain't around that gay, da, da, da. And then they'll be like, nah, he good. Like, I said, nah, he good. Nah, he good. Like, nah, like, literally, he good. Like, face card always being clean. And since you say, like, you don't have a good relationship with your father, like, would you think you'll go back, like, to have him back in your life? Like,
will I be open to having a relationship with my dad?
Yeah.
I just feel like I tried that already, and it's like I already forgave you. Like, I've been forgave everybody whoever did like some crazy shit. And then the thing with him, like, it wasn't his fault that he was missing for 19 years because he didn't know, I didn't know. So, but it was after the fact. Like, after he found out, he still was like. He still wasn't up to par, and then after that, like, our relationship just got worse. And I feel like once you say certain things or you do certain things, it's like it's no coming back from that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if he had not said when he said that last comment, so the sauce is already done, y'all. Rodrigo just about to put the noodles on, and then we gonna mix it up and we gonna bake it. But I'm the type of person, like, I'm always open to like forgiving and like moving forward, but I feel like once certain lines are crossed, it just be like, I can't fuck with you. Like, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, I just don't care. It's like a protecting my peace kind of thing, because sometimes you like, I'm big on like when somebody show you who they are, believe them type of thing. And you only got, and I'll believe, I won't believe it the first few times, but after like that 4th, 5th time, you should believe people the first time. But I'm one of those people, like, I like to give chances. And after I give you so many chances, it just be like, you know what, bro? Maybe it's just best that I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me, we just leave it like that. So, to answer the question, no.
I understand like what you mean by that, cause like you already tried, so it's like,
yeah. And I feel like as a child, like, why do I have to keep reaching out to the parents? Like, why do I have to keep like fixing things with the parents? Like, I'm a child, y'all fuck me up. Like, why do I have to keep like, no, like,
True.
Y'all need to like work on yourselves as individuals. Like, y'all need to take accountability and, like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, y'all did this shit. So I just feel like already went through enough, and I gave them enough of my. I gave them enough years of my life. Now it's about me. Like, I'm not gonna sit and I'm not gonna dwell. I'm not gonna keep trying to make stuff work. I am like over it. If you fuck with me, you fuck with me, and if you don't, good riddance. I ain't gonna lose no more sleep about it. I ain't gonna cry no more about it. Like, I really just, I don't care who you is, you can go. Respectfully. And I think it's even worse because I feel like you need your parents when you're young. Like, you need your parents when you're young. Like, I needed my parents when I was going to prom to help see me off the prom. I needed my parents when, like, I'm going through my first heartbreak. I needed my parents to, you know what I'm saying, help me prepare to go to college. And I needed my parents to teach me about, like, finances and taxes and how to, all that stuff. I needed my parents when I was a kid. I'm an adult now. I don't need y'all anymore. Like, so it's just like, I don't have any desire to try to keep trying to make stuff work if it's not going to protect my
peace and energy.
Exactly.
You know?
I still love them. I fuck with them. Like, me and my mom have a good relationship. But it's like, as far as my dad, I just like, you know.
Oh, wait. I'm just.
No, you right. Go ahead.
I miss my daddy. Like, my daddy, like, after we got older, like, and I went over there, my daddy treated me like, I felt the love for my daddy, like, and then everybody, because he already got a son over there, so everybody was saying, like, everybody like, oh, you his favorite, you don't treat other kids that's here like that, you don't treat other kids that's here like that. Duh, bitch, look at me.
Dad?
The hell, who wouldn't treat me like this? Like, that's my daddy, like, I miss my daddy. Do you feel like that sometimes, like sometimes you don't want to be around people, like that messes with like your social life, like?
I feel like it made me more of a introvert. You see, like how you feel like you always have to be around people, like you want to be social, I feel like I've been alone my whole life. Like, even when I'm around people, I feel like I'm alone. Like, so my social battery runs out fast. Like, I could be around people, I love to have fun, I like to be social, but you got a few hours out of me and I'm ready to go. Like, and I feel like it's probably like mess with my like relationship life too, because like I said, I was never really like, I was always focused on like myself in books and like trying to better myself. So like, I'm 26. I had 3 boyfriends my whole life. Like, I've been dating people here and there, little situationships, but nothing serious. Like, my last relationship, I was 18 years old and the longest one was like 6 months. Like, I feel like because I dealt with so much in life so young that I just don't put up with nothing. And like, that's what we was talking about in the last video, where he's like, you gotta be patient and you gotta wait and you gotta, like, you know what I'm saying, not give up so easily. Maybe it's because I feel like I was given up on as a child, that I'll like project that maybe. So I'm like, if nobody give a fuck about me when I was a kid, so why should I give a fuck about you? Like, why I gotta wait for you to get better? Why I gotta want to wait for you to become a better person? Like, maybe, you get what I'm saying?
Exactly what you're saying.
So I feel like in that kind of sense, like, it made me a little bit more what's the word, impatient. Like, because I just feel like I already been through enough. Like, I'm not gonna go through this too. Like, you a grown-ass man, or it's like, you know, just anything, like, in every little thing, like, just be ticking me off, because I just be feeling like you should know that. But just because I went through that and I had to endure that, don't mean that you went through that and you endured that. So while it may bother me, it don't even register to you. So it's just like,
yeah, I feel like I'm different with that, because like me, I have abandonment issues. Like, when you come by me, you come close to me, like, I'm the type, like, I will never want you to leave. Like, I will never want you to leave. Like, I'm the type, like, I like to be around people. I like to hang with people. But I feel like that comes to, like, with abandonment, because it's like, I don't know, I don't like when people leave me. Like, since I was little, I just don't like when people leave me at all. Like, when my grandma, okay, when I used to go on trips, it was different, because when I used to go on trips, you know, it's me going. But then when my grandma would leave, when my mama would leave me, Or like, I would leave something, I'll just start crying. Like, I just used to cry. And he's like, what you crying? I'm like, because you're going to leave me. And I just start crying, like, boo-hoo crying. Like, now, sometimes that even happens, like, when Andre come and he leaves, I'm already crying. He like, why are you crying? I'm like, I don't want you to leave. Like, it's just, and it's something I just can't help. Like, it's just, I don't like when people leave me. Like, if you gonna leave me, get on my nerves so I can just be like, okay, bitch, you need to go. Like, you need to go. But I don't like leaving people. I don't like detaching myself from people. Like, I like being around people. I like being social. I like throwing parties, having people come over. Like, and then when people come over, it's like, don't leave. Why you leaving so early? Unless I'm tired. And I, okay, now, bitch, it's time. Yeah, you gotta go. I'm tired. Come tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Unless you're gonna sleep on the couch, then I wouldn't care. But if I know you gotta go, I don't wanna just leave you here just like that. You know, you gotta go. But other than that, it's like, I love being around people. I will never get tired of being around like people. And then that's crazy because when I was little, I used to hate being around people. And the only reason I used to hate being around people because that question. I used to be scared of the question. Oh, it's gonna come up. Even if it'll be like, hey, I got a question. What color are your eyes? The first question that came up in my head, are you gay? So I was already preparing myself to come in defense mode, like what I'm gonna say, like that was a big practice in my life. Like what I'm gonna say when somebody asks me this question. What I'm gonna say today when somebody asks me this question, when somebody asks me this question. But I used to hate that question all my life. Like, especially in school. Oh boy, my anxiety, my nerves just run up. Like I'm like, oh my god.
That's hot.
The spaghetti in the sink. She not putting the spaghetti in the sink. She draining this.
Alright, y'all, now I'm about to, while we go through more questions, we're gonna mix our pasta in with the sauce and then we're gonna add it to our pan. But I just want the noodle to sauce ratio to be right, so I'm gonna add in and stir in little by little.
Okay, let's say you have a son. Okay, for instance, Caucasians, when they have a son and they see their son acting like a girl, they don't say, hey Jimmy, stop, you're acting like a girl. They just gonna say, hey, look at Jimmy, look what he did.
But sometimes kids really don't be knowing
exactly
right from wrong. So I am gonna correct my son. Like, and then, but if he grows and that's just what he likes, that's what he, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I'm doing my job as a parent just to know, okay, you know that this is this, this is that. But if he turns out to be gay, he's like, I know this is, I like this. That's my child. I'm gonna step aside him. Like, I'm not, my kids.
So if you accept it, but your husband don't accept it, so your husband, it starts a whole argument between the family because your husband doesn't accept it, but you accept it. So how would you go about that?
My kids come first. Like when it comes to something like that, like you can't change your child. Like, so that's just something that we just gonna have to agree to disagree on. Cause we not gonna scold our children for being like who they are. Like we're not. So that's just gonna be something that we're gonna have to go back and forth about. But it's never gonna be no, okay, well, daddy don't accept you, so I don't accept you. Or daddy don't accept you, so you gotta go. No. Daddy don't accept you, daddy can go. That's just like how it's gonna be for me though. Like I just feel like you don't turn your back on your kids. Like, period. Like I don't care. Like I know sometimes people be like, oh no, sometimes you gotta. I'm never turning my back on my kids. Like, unless they turn out to be like serial killers and just like psychomaniacs. Okay, baby, I can't.
And disrespectful. And shut up, mom. Hold up, boy. You sure? Yeah. I don't hit you, but I look.
Yeah. So it's like. It depends on the circumstances, but especially when it comes to like just you being who you are, I'm not gonna turn my back on my kids. Like, I was young. I feel like I went through so much by myself, and when I look as an adult, I say you should not have been going through that. You was a kid. Like, you should have not been doing this on your own. You was a child. You should not have been living with your friends at fucking 16 years old, like you was a child. You were a child. You still my responsibility at the end of the day. Now, once you become grown and you want to be disrespectful or whatever the case may be, and we're not aligning with each other.
True. You pay a bill or get the hell out of my house. Yeah,
like once it becomes like a bad situation, I have to let you get out and learn on your own. You think you know it all? Okay. But at the end of the day, I'm never gonna turn my back on my child. My child called me like, okay, hey, I need to come home, blah, blah, blah. My child is going to be welcome to come home. Sometimes kids got to go through things and they have to learn. They have to learn. But I pray that like my kids grow up and I do my job as a mom to make them feel like they don't have to act out like
yeah,
that.
they have to act like they could just come and ask me. Hey,
yeah, they could
if
just.
this happens, what's the consequences? Like?
Yeah. So that's my only thing. Like, but as long as you're not being disrespectful, as long as you're not none of that, then I'm not gonna turn my back on my kid. Period. So that's just gonna be something that has to, that gotta get talked about, gotta get fixed. But I don't know. I just can't. As a mom, I just can't. Like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. That's my child, and I'm gonna stick beside him. Period.
I mean, I ain't got no choice. If my girl wanna be a hoe, let her be a hoe. If my man wanna be gay, let her be gay. What can I do? You know, my kids, I'ma support them. But if I want to talk about my kid, let me talk about my kid. But don't you dare say something about my child. Don't you dare say something about my child. Because then we finna go at war.
Exactly. Bitch, keep my baby name out your mother.
Exactly. And, you gotta put that sideways, girl.
Oh. This shit hot. It's hot?
No.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna dump this into the pan real quick. I'm making a mess.
Oh my god, yes you is. You pissing me off.
Cause I got this glove on. And another thing I'm gonna instill in my child, especially my boys, respect women. These new niggas, like,
don't respect women, respect everybody.
Respect everybody. Of course, you're gonna respect everybody. But when it comes to how you talk to women, how you treat women, bro, be respectful. Like, that's what I be telling my little brother. I be preaching to him about it all the time. He be calling me, telling me about his little girlfriends and, you know, whatever, the wets. And I always tell them, like, it don't matter who they is, respect women. Like, don't be out here calling women bitches and hoes all day and be on social media just like being a clown ass nigga. Like, I hope my son don't be a clown ass nigga. Like, because y'all niggas, Lord have mercy.
Well, I want my son to be a clown, but not a clown ass nigga.
Yeah.
Because I'm a clown.
So yeah, after we get the spaghetti in there nice and tight, we're gonna just put some cheese on top. And we're gonna bake it on 375 for about 30 minutes. You gotta have the cheese on top of the spaghetti. Like, baked spaghetti is always gonna be better than regular spaghetti. Period. But yeah, like, men nowadays, they just sit on social media and they disrespect women, they call women out their name, and I just be like, who raised y'all? Like, and sometimes it don't even be y'all mama's fault, because y'all mamas be doing a good job, but then y'all just be taking after what y'all see on social media, wanting to be cool, and it don't sit well with me. I don't like it. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend. So yeah, make sure y'all teaching y'all kids, y'all little boys to be respectful. Because the day my daughter come home and tell me some little boy done called her out her name, he gonna have to go get his mama. And his daddy. Because my man not gonna play that either. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm like, girl, just tell him you the baddest bitch. And if it offended you, tell him his mama a bitch. And that's that.
And if she got a problem, tell her go get their mama.
Exactly. And then
go
they gotta
get
say
your
something else.
mama.
If they don't hit you. I'm like, words, what they used to say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt you. Exactly. That's what I'm gonna tell my kids. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. If they don't touch you, don't just have a. Well, I feel like my kids gonna have a slick mouth regardless.
They is. My kid's mouth gonna be slick as
yeah, like I feel like my kid's mouth gonna be slick regardless. Like my
when they get older, I'm like, okay, that's your shit. When my kids young, talking about, I don't give a fuck, bitch. Go tell me what this morning hoe.
Exactly. No, when my kids young, I don't care. Like my nephew, the type. Like the other day when I was asking him, I'm like, "What y'all eating?" He said, "You don't see what we eating." I want my kid to be just like that. Like I was mad because I'm like, "Who you talking to?" But in the inside, I was proud of him. I'm like, "That's how you talk to somebody. Just don't talk to me like that." That's exactly how it was. Just don't talk to me like that. But I like that answer. I like it. You sound like my child. But that's how I want my kid to be slick out the mouth. Like, and I know my kid gonna be slick out the mouth because I'm slick out the mouth. So it's just like, And I be like, if they ain't your mama and your daddy and they try to hit you, cut their ass out.
No, don't put your hands on my kids.
Exactly.
Do not put your hands on my kids, like for real, like bitch.
Exactly.
I don't play that.
And the thing, like, I don't like criticism takes a huge part in criticism and
Parenting
and trauma. Criticism, like it's a huge part of trauma. Cause me, I used to be scared to do things because I was, scared of people saying, oh, that's like gay. Yeah, that's gay. That's for girls. That's gay. That's for girls. That before I did something, I'll have that question in my head, like,
is this gay?
Yeah, like, or I'll try to act like boys instead of trying to like, cause I like the thing with me is I was always like around if I see my grandma, my sister, my mama do it, it was like, okay, I can do it too. So it's like that's how I picked up those characteristics of being a girl characteristics, like feminine. Yeah, feminine. Like, cause the only thing I used to really do is like, cause when I was little, I used to in middle school I used to always ask my friends. I used to be like, am I really like, do I really act gay? And they used to be like, you don't really act like a girl, cause I used to never like put on nails, paint on hair, and nails, or just all that. The only really thing I really did was like it was my mouth, the way I talk, and rolling my eyes, basically. And I used to get that from my sister. So me and my sister used to be like, we used to be real close. So I used to everything she used to do, I used to do it. Pop in the. My sister was always, and I used to always do that too. Like I used to pick that up from her. So it was that was really like, and then it's like when I come around my family, it was just like I couldn't feel comfortable doing stuff. Like it got to the point where I was just used to stay quiet because I didn't want to do like wrong. Like I would only be myself around my cousins that was my age. But then when I be around grown up, like I just used to sit down and they used to be like, Rodrigo, why you so quiet? Rodrigo, why you doing this? Like I was scared to talk. Like I was scared to be talked about. And stuff like that. And then my cousin, like it was bothering me because my cousins, like they won't only tell me like when we arguing. Like we'll be around the table and then like I'll say something, they'll be like, and that's why such and such say you gay. And I'll be like, damn, okay, like whatever.
You hit below the
exactly,
belt.
like you hit it below the bell. And then me, I used to have a slick mind, be like, that's why you bald head. That's why you gotta wear a weave ponytail. That's how I used to say it. I used to come out like that.
Do you feel like what you went through as a kid kind of like had any effect on you, like your relationship with your siblings?
With my siblings?
Yeah, like did it make y'all less closer? Did it make y'all more closer?
No, because my sisters used to always defend me. Like my sisters was always like, in school, like in school, ladies used to always argue with people. I don't care, my brother not gay. Like what you say, like my brother not gay. But when I did come out, lady was the one. Like my sister, my middle sister, my sister that was really close. She came up to me and was like, "You're not gay. What the hell you talking about? You're not gay." The way I laughed in that girl's face, oh my god, that was so funny. Cause the way, like me and my middle sister, when we was little, we used to be like real close, like real close. But as we got older, we kept bumping heads. Until now, like now we real close. Like we run at each other, we like clowns, we funny as fuck together. But it's like when we was in middle school through high school. Like, we used to always click heads. Like, we used to always bump heads. But it was always bumping heads because my sister was pretty. And my sister had a body. So every boy used to want her. So every girl used to always be like, oh, lady a hoe, lady a hoe. And then when it came to me, oh, Rodrigo gay, Rodrigo gay, Rodrigo gay. So it was just like, so then it's like when we arguing, they be like, bitch, you a hoe. And she be like, nigga, you gay. So it was But then when I did tell them, like I finally came out and tell them, my older sister was like, cause I told my older sister, like I don't even remember how I told her, but me and my older sister was comfortable like that. Me and my older sister was always close.
Wait, you older than Lady?
No, Lady older than me.
Oh.
Lady the middle one. But when I say older, I mean older, like oldest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When I told her, it was just like, okay. She was just like, okay, so what, you still my brother, like I still love you. But then when Lady came, she came home from school, I was washing dishes. She was like, what you mean you gay? I said, what you mean I'm not like, I like
bitch, I've been defending you.
Exactly,
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man.
That's basically what it was. And she started crying. I'm like, girl, please, you overreacting, ho. I like dick too. No, I'm just playing. I ain't say all that. I ain't say all that. I ain't say all that, but That's how it was. So it was just like, I don't feel like, and then now, it's like, we close. Like, we in a group chat, we talk, you know, here and there. You know, we ain't that close, 'cause I'm not down there. But it's like, it will never, like, our relationship never changed. Especially us three. Like, we had the same mom, same dad. We was always together. It never changed between us three. Like, we'll argue, but then, like, the next day we'll be, like, talking again like nothing happened. So it was just never a bad relationship with me and my siblings. And that's why I love my siblings. Because, like, it was never a bad relationship with them. I feel like we touched a few things in this topic. I feel like it was a good conversation. Got some things out, but if y'all do have more questions, y'all can just go ahead and ask
comments below, and we'll do like a follow-up video.
Yeah, we'll do like a
because we don't know what y'all really want to know, like.
Exactly.
And we'll do a follow-up video and really get into some teams.
Exactly, like if y'all have questions of anything we talked about today and want to go in full details or story time, examples, just ask. Like, we need feedback. We need y'all to talk to us so we can talk to y'all.
Period. The spaghetti's in the oven. It got about 30 more minutes or whatnot. And then when it's done, we gonna come back, show y'all what it's looking like. And yeah. So we gonna come back.
See y'all later.
Y'all, ain't no hey y'all nothing. Why the fuck, y'all? I go outside, I'm doing the TikTok video. Then I have to go to the bathroom. I'm in there on my phone. We're just sitting right here by the oven. Then let the spaghetti burn.
I was on live. I was entertained. She should never told me get on live. I told her, let's get on live when we done doing the cooking. But no, get on live. Get off the stage. I'm in live. I'm having a good conversation. We talking. We having a conversation. We going back and forth.
What you're not gonna say is, oh, something had crossed my mind and told me to check it. But I said, it ain't been 30 minutes yet. If it pop up in your mind, you sitting right here by the oven. It ain't nothing. This is what I be saying when I was talking about the last video. When I was talking about the last video, when I be talking about men and they minds and how they act and how things don't click to them, how it click to women, it would have taken 2 seconds to peek in the oven. Oh shit, let me take this out. I come out the bathroom, he's sitting here lollygagging.
I'm having a conversation. I forgot that spaghetti was in there.
Bro.
Definitely forgot. I'm like, okay, it haven't been 30 minutes yet.
This is our final result. It's not bad. It's a little crispy.
I take the cheese off anyway.
That's just the top layer.
Exactly.
It's still good, y'all. Oh shit. You see, it's still good.
That cheese don't even pull.
Thanks to you. Cut the show.
Well, thank y'all for watching this video. It's still gonna be good.
Bye, y'all. Bye.
Don't be doing that. They tell them bye right. The hell. Don't be mad with little spaghetti. It's still gonna be edible. Anyways, this concludes the video.
Talk to y'all next time. I'm gonna make sure we set a timer next time.
One thing at a time. We can't multitask right here.